Hi, this is Krista. I run the group, the Meniere's Acceptance Club, and I want to wish you a good morning. At least it's morning here in the middle of the country. I live in Kansas. It's right in the middle. This is Maggie right here. She is the silent observer. Um, and I want to talk about something that happens, especially if we're busy like we are now in the holiday season, that we could be in the middle of a group of people. We could be in one of those situations where we're having to go from one place to another. And all of a sudden, the panic hits. And sometimes it's not panic. Sometimes it's just a flood of emotion. Like it can be regret, it can be fear of the future. You can be looking at a group of people, maybe your family, and without even having any control over it, you're saying, well, how come they have this, new house, um, good job, good health, and I am here struggling? And what happens is that we have an inner core. All of us have an inner core. The best way to explain it is the heart. And we always want to protect that heart and how we feel while we engage with the group, with society, with the activities that we have to do. And what happens with those sudden flooding of emotion is that we're having to do two very difficult things at the same time. I'm trying not to shake the camera. Here, you come over here for just a minute, okay? What happens is we're trying to do two very difficult things, and that is to heal from a sudden panic while we're trying to navigate what people are saying to us. If we're driving, we're having to navigate the road or the highway, and it's too darn much. So today, first of all, I want to give you just a really simple idea that you can kind of wrap your head around. And then I want to give you permission to start to look at ways that you can use it. And the way it works is what we say and what we do to manage the outside family requirements, responsibilities. What we say and do to manage those is a shield to protect this inner core that I'm speaking about. And so instead of going through the day feeling like you're being pulled through the day and being taken over by the day, what you do is you're constantly keeping a protective eye on your core or on your emotional landscape, and then making decisions on what you'll say and do on the outside or to the outside environment. For example, if I have made plans to go shopping, I don't have children, but let's say that I'm going to go shopping with friends of mine who do have children. And when I make the plans, I have a great attitude about it. I'm looking forward to seeing my people. But when I step foot in the car, all of a sudden I feel panic. And so that is the first signal for me to use the shield. I say to myself, all right, I'm feeling a little panic. The very first thing I do is to allow myself to still be a good person, even though I'm experiencing some of these difficult emotions. So I say, I'm feeling some panic here. I am like lots of people who feel panic. And so at the very first moment, I'm going to use my shield, and I'm going to use it, and I'm going to use it in simple things like, you know what, I will meet you by the food court. I'm going to go grab a glass of water. And then I just remove myself and I do what we call gathering our forces. We stay there, we stay in a place, we take a few deep breaths, we breathe into that anxiety or the regret, we give ourselves permission to experience that emotion, and we say, you know what, if I am gone for about 5 to 10 minutes, everybody's going to be okay with that. So you stay there, you gather your forces, you have a glass of water, and then you go and you re-engage with the world. In history, nobody, the strongest warrior, was never expected to go into any kind of a battle without protecting themselves first. Even in the Odyssey, you hear stories where there was a great banquet, or there was resting, or slower times in preparation for the engagement of the world or the battle. And for some reason in our Western culture, at least here in the United States, we, for some reason, are expected to be drug around by our environment for these endless requirements without ever even asking ourselves how we feel about it. And so it's not surprising to me that not only do us Meniere's warriors feel a lot of anxiety, the rest of the world does too. We just don't talk about it a whole lot. We can't really go around to our coworkers and colleagues and clients and saying, you know what, I just feel crappy today. I feel anxious today. And so what this video is, and what videos in the future are going to be about, is allowing you the permission to protect your inner core while you continue to heal it, while you have very simple tools to deal with, engage with, and manage the outside world. One thing to remember is that when we're in a state of panic, we assume that everybody notices, everybody can see, everybody can sense that we're damaged somehow, that we're not good enough somehow. And what I want to remind you of is that most people, they only really pay attention to what you tell them. If you say, you know what, I'm just going to step into the restroom for a few minutes, we imagine in the depths of a panic attack that these people are talking to our other family members or friends and saying, you know what, why is Krista in the bathroom for that whole 5 minutes? But they're not. They're saying, you know what, Krista's just going to, sneak off to the restroom for 5 minutes. She'll be right back. So people are not thinking the things that we believe they're thinking when we're in a panic attack, number one. And then the second one is these simple things that we say and do are a shield to protect our inner core. And we're always improving how we feel emotionally. We're always increasing connection to ourselves. We are updating how we manage the world, going by how we feel first. As Meniere's warriors, we are forever given permission to count ourselves first. So I hope today finds you well. I hope that the stores are easy and the traffic is light. And if you are interested in these kinds of things and interested in continuing to lower anxiety, I have a new 12-week program coming out soon. It's called the 90 Days to Resiliency. We're going to take 12 weeks and we're going to talk about how we heal our emotional core while we manage the outside world. It's going to come in 3 parts. We're going to become resilient. So if you're interested in that, I'm going to leave a link in the comments so you can go there and check that out if that's something you're interested in. But I will see you soon. I'm going to be doing some more of these Facebook Lives video. I am interested in hearing what you think about it. And if you like it and you know somebody else who would benefit from it, feel free to share it. Okay, you have a good one.